It's the end of the year. I'm now finally getting my ice fishing stuff ready. So, I'm not fishing at all today. I'm at the house still doing some modifications to everything. And I'm gonna basically be getting ready for this ice season because I've been taking the boat out, and that's what I've been dealing with, is getting the boat out still, chasing after a lake trout that hasn't gone so well, chasing after pike that hasn't gone so well. So I'm just horrible at fishing nowadays, apparently, and I gotta figure out a decent spot to put this. I don't know where my actual tripod's at. Lost that, so that's pretty cool. I think I know where it's at, but I ain't got a clue. So today I'm going to be just kind of getting everything all ready to go and set up for the season. I might mess around with the boat still because the last time being out, don't know what happened, but going from one end of the lake that my dad and I were sitting at to the boat ramp, it maybe was like a minute or so drive, nothing too crazy. My battery voltage on the main battery went from 11 volts down to 8 volts in less than a minute. So I got a weird drain going on somewhere there. It was completely fine all day. We were out for probably like 6-7 hours, and that last little bit went to go move a spot. Instead we called it a day because of that little drain that I had going on. And then so I got that to figure out, and then I'll show you guys what I'm working with here. So going to be modifying this sled. Alright, so GoPro had some weird issues there, kind of cut out on me, but what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be modifying both my sleds for putting some loops on them on the ends to be able to like ratchet strap stuff down. So I got this little otter sled, and I got the slightly bigger one right there. Basically all I'm going to be doing is along the edges going to put a couple like little loops on there, so that like when we have stuff in both the sleds, it's gonna be done to both of them. They're basically just gonna be like little hooks for tying stuff down. And wanted to do it last year, or thought about it last year. I actually thought about a couple of years ago with the smaller sled that I normally like pull around, just because of how much crap I bring out, or just how big and bulky everything is, I suppose. And so figure, since I haven't been out yet, this is a prime time to do it. And then also, what else am I doing today? So going to be getting those modified, figuring out where I want to put them, the loops and everything. Like I kind of have an idea, but obviously we'll see exactly how I put them. And then also I need to kind of just get everything ready to go. So okay, so like I said, going to be putting on these little loops here. Basically, like I said, just going to be running them on the sides of the sled so that when we have stuff loaded up, can have something better to like tie everything down and ratchet strap everything down. All I'm doing are these little eye loops, big enough for, I guess, a ratchet strap to hold on to, nothing too crazy there. And then I'm gonna be putting a washer on top and bottom of it. Quick simple idea, I suppose, that I thought of. Like eventually I'm probably gonna do some more modifications to maybe, I honestly don't know yet, probably the bigger sled. I do want to do something different with the smaller sled, of instead of pulling, adding on like a handlebar to the back of it, to where you could basically like sit here and push it as well, because then that would definitely help out if the ice is thin enough, I suppose, to be walking out still, which Dad and I will probably be doing here for a little bit from what it sounds like. We honestly haven't gotten that much ice. Like, there is ice up in the hills and everything, and people have been ice fishing. I've been slightly lazy, mostly because of having all my Garmin's and everything on the boat. Yeah, it's just been kind of one of those years. Been slightly chillaxing on everything. And so, yeah. Anyway, I want to get back to this. Gonna be drilling. I got 4 loops for the smaller one. I might eventually add some others, but for now I'm just gonna stick with the 4 and basically corner it. Not fully like actually on the corners, but I'll get it done. I'll show you guys what I'm doing and how I did it here in a second. So time. So I got the first one in. Obviously I'm going to do the rest of them here real quick, but just real quick to show you guys. Popped a hole on the side of the sled here. Got the loop through it. I'm going to put a washer up on top there. I just want to make sure it would fit and show you guys. And then a washer, I don't know how you guys can see it, down underneath, and then just run it through. And so doing that, the goal basically is just have something to hook onto instead of like the sides here, because I think right here, this little dent right there, I think we had a ratchet strap on maybe right there before, and back here you can see it's kind of flipped up and bent up or whatever. And so just having something else there to actually put ratchet straps onto instead of the sides and have them fold in on themselves, try and get stuff nice and tight and slipping all over the place. This will definitely help out with the idea. And then eventually too, I want to get more otter covers, or just sled covers in general. It doesn't have to be otter, I guess. But I got this one here on my flip over shack that is soon to be not mine. Got my foam mats here for the vortex, because I got that shack right there now, the otter vortex. I don't know if I made a video on that one yet or not, but hopefully, I don't know, hopefully I'm not lazy this year and actually get the GoPros out and make videos. Starting to realize that like a lot more people are making the videos, even if they're not catching anything, just because like it does make sense. People have told me to do it before. I had friends and other people ask like, why haven't I been making videos? It's like, well, I haven't been catching anything, so there's no point to a video. But I'm sure I could figure something out on, I guess, what to talk about and all this other stuff. Real quick too, I suppose, with these washers that I got and doing this, I got them for the amount that there are, because it came in a pack of 25. But what I didn't realize, or like think of, I guess, is the other washers that I have on this one for the bottom. Hopefully the nut is going to be like just big enough to cover the washer, or not. What am I trying to say here? The nut's just barely big enough to where it doesn't slide through the hole, so hopefully don't run into that issue when getting everything hooked up, because the washers I bought for the other ones, when I got those ones were a tad bit smaller in the diameter of the inside of them. And so I guess I'll do a quick test run here before putting them on, because I'm sure I got something laying around that I could shimmy up to where it wouldn't fall off. Yeah, like it's just barely, I can see through. I'm sure I can see through that too, but we're gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna finish getting that done, getting these all ready to go, and the nuts taken off them, just to make everything go by a little faster. And then I'll start popping holes on the edges here. And like I said, I'm not measuring anything out. I'm just kind of eyeballing where I think everything should go. All right. I think what I'm going to do is probably put, because like I said, I might add on 2 more in the future. So what I think I might do is put a couple up front here, kind of close to each other, and the one in the back, probably pop that one up on the lip that's right here too, like how I did on the smaller shack. And so changed my mind yet again on how I want to do this. I'll get you guys disconnected here real quick. So, how I said on the smaller shack, I got the back ones on the like little kick up that's on the built into the sled, or the form of the sled on the edges. That's what I was going to do with this one, but getting them all drilled out. So I got my front hole here on this kick up that's on the sled. I got 2 of those just going straight across. My GoPro needs to stop turning, sorry guys. This one is slightly forward. These 2 holes in the middle are slightly forward than the overall, I guess, length of the flat. And then instead of having these holes back here on the kick up, I got them right here on the flat, because then I think that should be pretty alright with, I don't think, I don't know what I'm thinking right now, so I don't know. I'm just gonna rock it like that, and that should be good. I think what I was trying to say a second ago is I think I have ideas also too for the backside of this sled, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it to this one yet or not, or if I'm gonna do it to the bigger one. Really, the ideas ain't nothing too insane either, because I gotta keep room for the back where the hitch is for this smaller one to attach onto. But possibly what I'm thinking about doing is, depending on how much room is left right there, might do a couple supports on the back right there, have it kick up and over the lip of it right there, and then have like a uprised, I don't know, like either box, or I got these totes here that we put stuff in. That's actually what I might do, is make the totes sit up on top of the back right there. Alright, and then finished product for this side, like I said, putting these back ones how I have them compared to, there's an overall view of it. So having these back ones compared where I put them compared to where I want to put them up on the kick right there, I think that'll be a little bit better, because then like this back half where we put stuff, I think that would be more centered, I guess, on a decent amount of stuff that we would kind of have sitting right here where the foam tiles are. And then, because usually we would put, Dan and I would put the tote of stuff in the back right here, but getting a new idea, one of the fun things I'm thinking of doing is, like I said, making a little kick up right here to have like additional storage space right there. I'm gonna get that one figured out, and we'll see what I come up with.